Hi, boys and girls. It is Pac-12 football guy, and I'm back. It is May. We finally made it to another month. I think a lot of you might agree that, April just flew by. Like, whoop, where did it go? April just zipped by. Are you kidding me? April was the longest month in the history of Earth. The longest month ever. In fact, because I had so much time to clean out closets and storage and all sorts of stuff, and I found an old trophy, baseball trophy, Summer League 1980, just 40 years ago. And I renamed it the April 2020 completed trophy. So if you were alive at the end of March and you're still alive today's May 2nd, you get a participation trophy. So helicopter parents need not apply, but the trophy is available because that was a long month. But let's move forward. May is here. Today is Derby Day. The first Saturday in May is always a run for the roses. I've been a Derby fan my whole life. I think in 40 years, I've maybe missed one Derby watching on TV. I was lucky enough to go 3 years ago for my 50th. So I've got my seersucker, I got my Derby hat, I've got my mint julep. Ooh, yum, yum. And the Derby, everyone should go. If you can go, it was a bucket list for me, you should go. The thing about the Derby has nothing to do with sports. It has nothing to do with horse racing. It has nothing to do with gambling. It has to do with people. It has to do with gathering. It has to do with getting everyone together. And it's all walks of life. It's red people, blue people, rich, poor, urban, rural, all walks of life. And it's all about people watching. If you love to watch people, love to be around people, the Derby is your place to be. It was just a phenomenal weekend. And again, you can gamble, you watch horses, all those things are there, but it's just about the people. And a little secret, if you like the brown, if you like the little bourbon, let me tell you, the Derby is literally the Disneyland for people. It is one of the funnest times ever, ever, ever. The other thing that happened now that we're out of that god-awful April, bye-bye April, it's May 1st was decision day for high school seniors across the land. I'm very excited to have a high school senior, and even though the class of 2020 is getting robbed in so many cruel ways with no prom, no graduation, just not seeing their friends, not seeing their classes. When was the last time kids were like hammering, clamoring to get back to school? I've never seen it. My little baby girl is Oregon bound. She's decided to be a duck, so she's going to join her brother down in Eugene, and I will have two ducks. I'm only aware of those two kids, so I think those are the only ones I've got. This is my duck dad hat. I've got my duck family. This is what I wear to Autzen. And it's ironic because Oregon's a great school. It's a good fit for her. She's going to do well there. But I'm not a Duck fan. I've never been a Duck fan. I went to school in Boulder for 2 years. I graduated from USC. I've never really liked the Ducks, and mostly because of football. Mostly because they were nobody, and all of a sudden they started to win. And if you look at the past 12 years in the Pac-12, the Ducks are the number one team. They've been to more Rose Bowls. They were in a national championship. They've carried the flag. So if you hate them, I get it. But I guess there's worse benefactors than Phil Knight. Would be horrible to have a company like Nike doing all of your marketing. Eugene is a quintessential college town. Autzen Stadium's a top 5 venue in the country. So I'm thrilled for my kids. But at the same time, you raise kids, and quite frankly, you hope I did. I hope they go to a school that you went to. Luckily, I gave my kids 2 choices. 2. How tough could that be? And neither one of them ended up at SC or Boulder. And for years, I dressed them up in buff gear. My daughter was, I think, 7 or 8 in 2008, 2009 on Halloween night, dressed her up as a song girl, paraded around the town. And meanwhile, the Ducks are playing SC that night at Autzen. The Ducks won by 30, crushed them. And we come up to a door, and there's all these kids. The guy sees my daughter in a song girl outfit, and he slams the door in her face. He quickly opened it, was nice, but I'm like, oh, that's great. And it's all on dad. It's all on dad because I'm a college football nut. So I thought dressing my daughter up in enemy territory would be funny. She bawled for a little bit. She overcame it, but that's what college football fans do. And I wish I had a little Trojan. I wish I had a buff. But the Ducks are going to do fine. My kids are going to do great things, and I couldn't be happier. So go Ducks. I couldn't be happier, not happier, but I couldn't be more excited to see what the class of 2020 does moving forward. They're tough. These kids are going to persevere. It's going to be one of the most unique graduating classes ever. And I think they're going to do good things. I think they're going to take lemons and make some pretty damn good lemonade out of it. So I look forward to seeing the class of 2020 prosper. I know they will. And I'm also starting to get optimistic about football. Maybe I'm crazy. My first few posts have been about stay at home. Well, I want to get the hell out of the house. I want to get out. And I got back to the dining room, out of the garage. That's a start. But let's start to open this thing up safely, carefully. But we need football. And I want my kids to both get out of the house and be in Eugene in the fall. So as always, be well. Take care of your neighbor. Reach out to that loved one. Wash your hands. We're going to make it through this, shoulder to shoulder. Fight on. Lastly, I forgot this. I think Puddles might have the COVID. The Duck, he might have the COVID. I don't know. But as I said, I'm not really Duck fan. So moving forward, we're not going to have the Duck flags. We're not going to have him. It's Buffs. It's Trojans. That's who I am. So let's keep track on Puddles because I think he's got